NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine, is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Yes, she did.
Well, are you not going to comply with it? Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding. Every
Period.
state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Y'all, I love my president. I love my president. I love my president. Yes. And then she's so disrespectful. Like the left has not caught up with November 5th. They have not caught up with the election that happened and he won. And you have to comply. Period. And it's just like these women. I'm sorry. And I love women, y'all. I'm a woman, right? So, biologically. How dare you? Why would you even waste your breath to embarrass yourself by talking to this man at his governor lunch? I'd rather her say nothing. Hey, we'll talk offline. There's some issues I have with it. He said, you better comply. I hear you, Mr. President.
Yeah,
I hear you,
I
Mr.
love
President.
him too, because you know why I love him, Crystal? This is an honest man.
Yes.
This is a man that will tell you to your face
Yep.
what you're doing wrong, what is unacceptable. This is someone you want to deal with, whether you like him or not, love him or hate him. He is who he is.
Yep.
He's going to tell you like it is.
He said, you better comply. And he was like, good luck after the election, because I don't think you're going to be governor after this. Like, why are you, first of all, like I'm saying, like it's a power struggle for her. Like, sir, ma'am, sir, whatever she wants to be identified as, this is the president. The fight is over. The fight is over. What are you trying to fight him for? What?
You're right. You're absolutely
just
right.
say nothing.
Yeah. But the TDS is too strong.
It is. They need medicine.
Is too strong. These people are mentally impaired.
Yeah.
And they just cannot help themselves. But President Trump, God bless this man.
I love him.
He's just, and somebody said, Debbie said, he's not a politician.
No.
He tells it like it is.
But he should be.
Someone like this, a supervisor, a leader, a boss that is like this. And that's where you lie with him.
And politicians should be like this. He is, to me, Debbie, he is the model politician. These are the type of people that belong in leadership, who is worthy of leading the American people when they tell them the truth. We should not accept the fact that politicians lie and they're corrupt and they're dishonest. And we have over the years, and look what we have gotten. We've almost set the expectation that a person who is in leadership over our country and our children's future is dishonest. No, he is the poster child for what a politician / leader / coach / dad / family member / strongman should be. Yeah. Say it to her face. How dare you, sis? How dare you? She should be ashamed of herself.
No, she's not ashamed.
See you in
video of her dancing at some drag show.
Yeah, see you in court. It'll be an easy one, just so you can get clicks and likes, like the Bishop lady. Like, the man is in charge, okay?
Yeah, you're right. But he told her to her face too. He told her to her face.
Yeah.
And he said it beforehand when she wasn't in the room, and then he told her to her face.
Yep.
And he's fighting for our children. This is the thing that gets me. He's fighting. Tom Homan, he said, he's like, look, if we're going into schools, These are illegals that have committed crimes that are pretending that most of them are pretending that they're underage.
Yep.
You have these sanctuary cities, these elected officials within these cities that are trying to protect illegals, criminal illegals. They're trying to keep them in schools with our children.
Yeah, and not only that, like, y'all, we don't want a bunch of undocumented people in our country because it's not safe for anybody. Like, we have to know who's here. We have to, and they have to have allegiance to this country. They have to, you guys. This has nothing to do with their skin color, where they're from, or anything. You know, the United States is a melting pot. We love people from all walks of life. I mean, for crying out loud, the man, baby mama, two of his baby mamas all got accents. Like,
Right.
so it's not an issue of hate. It's an issue of order, like you always say, KJ.
Yeah. But you know what? They continue to lie about President Trump. Here is a video from back in the 90s of President Trump at the Rainbow Push Coalition with Jesse Jackson saying here, Jesse Jackson asked him to come to this. He was honored to have him. And President Trump is speaking on how he has given money to Jesse Jackson's organization to help fund it.
Well, it is an honor to be here. And I was with Jesse last year, and we had a lot of fun. And it was a little different. We had a real panel where you asked questions and everything, and we didn't do so much speaking. So I'm going to get off here very quickly because I want to hear some questions. Jesse started off by saying most of the wealth in this country is in the hands of a few. And I thought to myself, is that a bad thing? What's wrong with that, Jesse?
Oh, because he has it.
But he did have an expression last year. And I was just telling Roger. He had an expression last year, the wall on wall must fall. And you haven't used it today. And I'm very disappointed in this, Jesse, because I thought it was a great expression. And I heard the expression about 14 times. And then he came to me at the end of the session and he said, listen, I want some office space in your building on Wall Street because the wall on wall will fall. And I said, it's okay, Jesse. I'll make a good deal with you. I'll get you some space. You'll pay about $40 a foot. And he said, no. I don't want to pay 40. I said, how about 30? No. It was the cheapest deal I ever made in the history of 40 Wall Street. Is that right? He got it for nothing. He's a very tough negotiator.
Look at him, just the grinning. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. This is one of my favorite videos for so many reasons, but it also shows the dishonesty of Black leaders. I mean, Jesse Jackson ain't said a word to come out and support this man. I mean, you can just go back to, you can see Al Sharpton giggling with him. You can see Oprah. They were besties. Oprah has been out to Mar-a-Lago. Like, these Black leaders are so dishonest. It's not even funny. And I'm so thankful that President Trump he doesn't feel obligated to give them any kind of positions or obligated to do anything with them, because when he did all of this for them, and for them, when it's time to just throw him to the wolves, like, it pisses me off.
Yeah. Look at this room.
Yeah.
Now, just this past week, was it Thursday, President Trump had a Black History Month event and invited, it was packed to capacity, a room full of Black people. And leftist mainstream media, not even just leftist, just mainstream media in general, talked about him like a dog. Called all the Black people in the room names, said they were coons, said they were sellouts, said they were pick-me's. Are these people pick-me's?
Oh, that was before he ran for president and won, KJ.
This is a room full of Black people.
Before he ran,
Jackson, all of them. Are they pick-me's?
Before he ran for president and won, He was beloved by Black people. This man was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, for crying out loud. He was on he was in the rap songs. I mean, like you just hear people say these types of things about him after he ran for president and won. And none of the Black people are kind of making the connection. And I had to make the connection, you guys. I didn't vote for him in 2016. I could not stand this man, and I didn't know why. I literally was under Trump derangement syndrome. And then when I said, you know what? Why do they dislike him? I had to go back and see that it was all a setup. A setup. These Black leaders are so dishonest.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
Yeah. They don't have our best interest at heart.
No.
They are trying to line their own pockets, and they have been doing it for generations.
Yeah.
Okay. They have been doing it for generations. These people are con artists.
Yeah.
And sadly, many of people in the Black community have fallen for them.
Yeah.
They don't care about you, your children, your grandparents. They don't care about anybody. They only care about lining their pockets. And this is another reason why they are so upset at what Doge has done, because they are uncovering the grift of the Democrat Party and how these people have fattened their pockets.
Exactly. And if you say you don't like President Trump because he's a billionaire and he's a little bit cocky, and we just think that he's not going to do a good job, fine. Y'all go to the extremes. You bring out Beyonce, you bring out Oprah to say we're not going to have another election again.
Millionaires and
exactly.
billionaires.
Yeah, y'all go to the extreme of calling him Hitler. Like, if you don't like him, shoot the fair with him. Shoot on policies and say, hey, we think that Marxism is actually a great way to live. Like, shoot the fair. But they go to these extremes and make these accusations and these lies about him that are easily verifiable. He rented his buildings in Manhattan free to the Rainbow Coalition, which AKA was the biggest civil rights movement in the 90s.
Right? Yeah. Not only in the 90s, just in the 2000s, a couple years ago, when Jennifer Hudson, her family, many of the people in her family were all murdered. He let her stay in Trump Tower for free for months. For months, he put her and the ones who lived up in Trump Tower. And then she went on her show and talked about him like a dog.
I know. And then and I mean, Wendy Williams too, like she would always say Donald Trump is a friend to the show because, mind you, he's a billionaire. He didn't have to go on her show. He would go on her show anytime she called. And she actually said that. She said, he comes on, Donald, you just come on our show and just talk to us. And then when the pressure got so hot to her, she gave him up. She gave him up. And I hate that. Like, I hate that people are like that. Like, especially Black and brown people. Like, it's just disgusting. It's
God
disgusting.
is watching.
Yeah.
Folks, God is watching.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it all. And you can do this. I say, repent. Because if you don't, you will be judged.
Oh,
you will be judged, and there will be consequences. There's always consequences.
Yeah. And I mean, like, if you think about Peter, like, he denied Jesus 3 times and he almost wanted to kill him. Like, he was so distraught because he had done that. And we are just accepting these people for like throwing President Trump under the bus, like saying things that they know it's verifiably not true.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.